Shalom and welcome to our 25th annual Feast of Weeks. This is part 5 of Great is Yahweh ben Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel.
Ever increasing wealth is yours when you keep this law right here of your own free will. You have to be happy about this. But it takes great discipline to put your Creator first in your life. Yes, it does take great discipline because you're not used to doing it. Now, people who don't hear my message simply are not blessed by my message. But once you encounter me and begin to put into practice what I teach, you have ever increasing wealth. I said ever increasing wealth. Your wealth cannot remain static. It's impossible with what I teach. When you enter my school and take my yoke upon you and learn of me, and put into practice, put in Yahweh first, you have ever increasing wealth. When does it start? Right now. How many of you believe what I teach? How many of you are practicing what I teach? And how many of you have ever increasing wealth? How many of you find it's impossible to ever be broke again in your life? Now, when you don't practice what I teach, you can get hold of some money, and all the money you get hold to is ever decreasing wealth. You keep coming and getting it until what happened? It's all gone. Yeah. You can't stand to have money. It drives you nuts. Without Yahweh first in your life, money, knowing you have some money on hand, drives you batty. I mean, you just keep going to the bank until it's gone. And when you don't practice what I teach, you forget to keep adding to it. And when you forget to add to it, your life begins to fall apart. Next thing you know, you'll be without a job and can't increase the good of your circumstances. But when you put Yahweh first, if your job plays out, Yahweh will bless you to get another one. Oh yeah, you get another one. Just like that. I don't care who you are, where you live, you'll get another one. It comes just like that. Why? Because if you ask anything in my name, I will give it to you. This proves that Yahweh is the true and the living. To those who don't know Yahweh, this sounds like a great mystery. Sure it is. Deuteronomy 16:10. I'm teaching you how to be blessed. And how many understand that when you give to Yahweh, you can't ask for it back? See, when you understand the mystery of putting Yahweh first, you can't go to the bank and take it back. You have to keep adding to it. And that's a hard one to see, boy, especially when you see something you want. And you tell yourself, I'm going to put it back. I'll put it back next week. If you're going to put it back next week, wait till next week to get what you want. I busted that one, didn't I? Busted. You were trying to chill out in your house, you got busted. I'll take this $100 from myself and I'll pay myself back in 2 months. Wait 2 months. You won't have to go through that heartache, that pain. But see, you still got to keep doing what you're supposed to have been doing. So don't try to play no game. I don't understand you going into your bank, taking out what you put there for your posterity. Because you have to understand, them that's got are the only ones shall get. In order to prime the pump to get water, you must first have water. Deuteronomy 16, verse 10, read.
And thou shalt keep the feast of weeks unto the Lord Yahweh thy God, with a tribute of a freewill offering of thine hand, which thou shalt give unto the Lord Yahweh thy God, according as the Lord Yahweh thy God hath blessed thee.
Yahweh is not asking you to give from something he has not blessed you with. Yahweh is only asking you to give from that which he has blessed you with. What an unselfish man Yahweh is. What a gracious and wonderful and loving man Yahweh is. Whatever you get your hands on, it's not yours. I blessed you with it. So do your duty. And don't look at me saying, I understand. I'm telling you now I don't understand. I'm straightforward and open and moral and honest. So I'm telling you up front, I'm never going to understand. But it got tight. I don't care how tight it gets. It doesn't get that tight that I'll understand. Clear on the point? You must keep the Feast of Weeks unto Yahweh. And you must give a free will offering. If you don't want to give it, I suggest that you don't, because I don't want it. It can't curse me, but it won't bless you. You need to have a good long talk with yourself and say, I'm going to give this without regret. I'm giving this of my own free will without regret. I'll never look back and say, I wish I hadn't given this to Yahweh. It's people sick enough to think like that. Yes, even you admit they have to be sick. Because imagine someone saying, I wish I hadn't given that money to Yahweh. Wow, look what I would have. And then what are you going to do when Yahweh take back all he gave you? What are you going to do with whatever that is when Yahweh takes back from you all that he gave you? What did he give you first? Life. So if Yahweh decides to take back his gift from you, you sure can't stop him from taking it. Neither could you make him give it to you. It's his. The life you have is his. The L in you is his. And when you learn that beautiful truth, you're ready to be blessed. We've been unconscious of our true self. We have been so selfish that we failed in all that we did because we have been unconscious of the L. And when you're unconscious of your L, then you can't love yourself. Now I'm going to remember to turn something over to you. In this city, they've been coming against me locally. They don't let you know anything about this outside of Miami. For example, the white racist devils within the Miami Herald has one title here, Yahweh's turned cult image to economic clout. Now, when you become analytical, then you can learn to question that. I'm going to pass this out to you momentarily. Yahweh's build a new image, but questions linger. Being conscious, I immediately asked a couple of questions. Yahweh's turned cult image to economic clout. Let's analyze that headline for a second or two. First thing this headline says is that Yahweh's exist. That's the first fact. There is no denial about Yahweh's existence. None. Nowhere in the article is there denial about Yahweh's existence. Now it says Yahweh's turned cult image. Question. Where did a cult image come from? That's a logical question. I certainly didn't label us cult. So where did a cult label come from? And who did it come from? Who gave the Yahweh's a cult image? It turns out that the white racist journalists who are pure devil, black or white, gave us such an image. We didn't ask for it. It was unsolicited. We didn't pay for it. We were not billed. So it is not an account receivable. It means that the media label the Yahwehs a cult, but since Yahwehs have turned it, it means that my power and ability to turn what they labeled us as, my power is greater than theirs. They put the cult image on us, which means they never intended to turn it. They admitted in the article they did not turn it. Yahweh's turned it. This means that evil, wicked white people in the Miami Herald, their ability to smear us is not as great as our ability to turn the smear into the most powerful thing the world knows: economic clout. What this means is, this proves that my mind is celestial. This headline proves that my mind is divine, because I have never, ever dealt with the cult image. I've only dealt with empowering you economically, and I'm successful. I have actually turned it successfully with all of white people's opposition. It's self-evident. The testimony is clear. And all conscious people read that, just like I'm showing it to you. All conscious people. Only unconscious Negroes and unconscious colored people and unconscious black folk will accept a cult image of us, which prove these are the people who still believe in Cinderella and Little Red Riding Hood. It's obvious that I've been too busy building your economic power to deal with the cult image. Why? Because I know that when I deal with that which is important, it will eliminate that which is unimportant. Praise Yahweh. You have to be conscious just to get all of this out the headline. See how powerful my mind is? Look what I'm getting out of the headline. And I didn't just take an intangible. See, a cult image is an intangible. That's a mindset. A cult image is how people look at you. This means that I am capable of demonstrating an all-powerful mind. That where the white man who controls black people's mentality and cause black people to think whatever they want them to think, who have given black people an image of me as a cult. And after they have given this image out across America and throughout this community of me being something other than what I am, a cult, I'm able to take that intangible image and turn it into money with clout. Only the creator, the sovereign of all things, only the one who causes all things to exist, has the power to take an intangible and make it tangible. And then give it clout. All of that's just in the headline. And I could have you read an article like this. If I gave you the understanding, you'd be here till early in the morning. Welcome to Feast of Weeks 1990, where we are learning the responsibility of the first fruits. We, the so-called blacks of America that are under my jurisdiction, under my teachings, you are the first fruits. To properly celebrate the Feast of Weeks, we must sow our seeds of morality. We must sow our seeds of morality. And when you think of a seed being planted, you know the harvest comes later. As we sow the seeds of morality and understand the many shades of meaning of morality, we'll get that wonderful, bountiful harvest back. And though your enemies and my enemies rise up and attempt to put a cloud over our morality, they will fail. All we have to do is just continue being moral. And eventually, all people will see our blossoming morality. In order to properly celebrate the Feast of Weeks, we must continually sow our seeds of perfection. Continuously. You are moral. You are a moral people. I'm not concerned about those who sit and say, well, I'm not moral. Well, I'm not talking to you. My message is pointed to those who are moral. You're the ones sowing seeds that are moral. You were born perfect. And if you have not been sowing perfect seeds, I have a basket full. And I'm willing to share my perfect seeds with you and give them to you. And then you can say, well, now I can sow my perfect seeds because they are yours. Yahweh is perfect. And as his children, you too are perfect. Now all you need to do is learn what perfection is. Learn all of the colors and shades of perfection. Accept these as your natural characteristics. Put them into practice and be perfect. It's easy. Being perfect is a lot of fun. Being perfect is a great joy. It really is. In order to properly celebrate the Feast of Weeks, we must sow the seeds of riches. And it is impossible to obey the will of Yahweh and be poor. I repeat, it is impossible to obey the will of Yahweh and not be rich. And what's so wonderful about Yahweh is he blesses us with ever increasing riches. Ever increasing riches. Forever. when we obey his will. And this means we do not make excuses to keep from obeying the will of Yahweh. Can you imagine running around over the earth sowing seeds of riches? If wherever you go, you sow a rich seed. Some of us are learning how to rear our children properly. And I suggest that we're going to have a superior product over those who do not follow my will. And we're going to see an even brighter Yahweh University student product because of what I'm teaching. An even greater product. And even the parents that are coming into the knowledge of my will be working along with me. And you will be working along with our teachers at Yahweh University on how to bring about a perfect product in Yahweh University student body. And it's just going to pass down and go on and on. And we will be bringing forth a perfect society. We are about to bring about perfect children as a result of this Feast of Weeks. Praise Yahweh. What I am revealing this feast is so potent that no child can resist what I offer. What I'm revealing this Feast of Weeks is so potent that no teacher will be able to resist what I offer. It will melt their resistance, and they will just be flowing and overflowing of my message. Watch and see. My message is like a two-edged sword. For one group, it's happiness. Simultaneously, for the wicked, it's torment. Yes, imagine for a moment how my enemies react to me teaching you how to properly celebrate Feast of Weeks. Imagine what it does to my enemies to teach you the responsibility of you as the first fruits in properly celebrating the Feast of Weeks, and to discover that I'm teaching you to sow seeds of morality. Can you imagine the consternation of my enemies? Saying, "Drats, I've been defeated again. Look what he's doing to my possession. He's teaching them to be good. And not only is he saying be good, he's teaching them how to be good."
This concludes part 5 of Great is Yahweh ben Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel.